Hello once again. These are the video notes for the cell guide for the week ahead. They are exactly the same as the written notes, just in a visual format. We've just completed a 4-week overview discovering the book of Revelation. Did you get John's prophetic declaration that runs throughout this book? Jesus is Lord of Lords and King of Kings. And yes, that's true, even during a global pandemic. But this lockdown is going on longer than we all expected or want. So how now shall we live? Let's be practical about this, because for some of us, this is starting to feel like a prison. Paul's letter to the Philippians is where we can turn. He was locked down in prison when he wrote this letter, and it's filled with practical advice of how to live in this season of life. And so for the next 4 weeks, let's journey together to discover how to live in lockdown. And whether you are working in an essential service or at home, how now shall you live? Let's begin by looking at the context. There is a fantastic overview of Paul's letter to the Philippians that was produced by the Bible Project. Your cell group leader has the link to this YouTube clip, and I really want you to take some time to go and to watch that clip. It'll give you an excellent understanding of the book of Philippians. We're going to spend some time discovering some of the how now can we live scriptures in the month ahead that Paul gives to us to practically live in seasons like this one. There's 5 themes that run through this book that we need to focus on and absorb into our life. The first one is always choose joy. Paul says it 16 times in 4 short chapters. That's not bad for a guy facing possible execution. He must have been making some serious joy choices. You see, joy is a fruit, not an emotion. It comes as a result of enjoying God and putting your trust in Him and making some choices. The second message Paul gives out is live out humility and self-forgetfulness in all your friendships, relationships, and marriages. A key verse in Philippians is Philippians 2 verse 4. Look not only to your own interests, but to the interests of others. Friends and relationships make life worth living, and we can all do with a good dose of applying the scripture. We're going to look at the scripture together in the second week. The third message Paul gives to us is always live forwards. Have a goal. Even in lockdown, have a goal. Work towards that goal. Philippians 3:13-15 is the focus verse for that week. The fourth message Paul gives to us is don't let anxiety beat you up. Philippians 4 verse 6-7 is a key verse. Corrie ten Boom once said, worry is like a rocking chair. It keeps you busy, but it does not get you anywhere. Paul, I'm sure, was struggling with some level of anxiety, and he gives us very practical insights into how to handle anxiety in a season like this. And the last message that Paul gives to us is an I can do attitude. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. So we're going to take these 5 messages that we find in the book of Philippians that was written by Paul while in prison, and we're going to apply them to our lives as 5 key messages for our life in this season of our life. We're going to start today in our cell groups as we look at all the different joy scriptures, the 16 of them that are in these 4 short chapters. As you engage this, don't only understand the verse, but make certain choices of how you're going to live your life this week. If Paul could choose joy in prison, we can choose joy in lockdown. Enjoy your time together.